you eat less and move more, you will lose weight. It seems quite simple, right? But the reality is it's much more nuanced than that. But don't worry, because in this video, I'm gonna tell you the 4 most important things that nobody else tells you about losing weight. Let's first talk about fast weight loss, because let's be honest, who doesn't want to lose weight yesterday? And we're gonna talk about fast weight loss with a quick story between my 2 beautiful stick figures right here, person A and person B. So let's take person A. This person's trying to lose weight, but the way that they do this is they cut their calories super low and do some sort of quick fad diet, whether it's a keto, whether it's a carnivore, they cut out all their carbohydrates. And then let's say they just do a ton of cardio to try to burn as many calories as possible to lose weight as quickly as possible. And then let's say this person ends up having no social life. They're not going out with their friends, not going out with their partner or spouse, but this person loses 25 pounds in 3 months. And then let's take person B. They cut their calories lower, but it's not super restrictive like person A. Person B also prioritizes lifting weights and walking over doing a ton of cardio. And they also pick more of a realistic approach to their nutrition, where they're still going out on the weekends, they're still enjoying a meal here and there, they're not 100% perfect. But person B only loses 10 pounds in 3 months. Now you might be thinking, well, Eric, this person lost much more weight, so I would rather be person 1. But hold on. Person A lost more weight in the beginning, but because what they were doing was very unsustainable and over-restrictive, over the long run, they're not able to stick with that. They end up actually gaining back all the weight they lost and then some in the next 3 months. Now don't lie, does this sound like something you've done before? So in the span of 6 months, person A is actually up 5 pounds, even though they lost weight quicker in the beginning. Whereas person B, while they only lost 10 pounds in the first 3 months, they were actually doing something that is sustainable, and they ended up losing another 10 pounds in 3 months. So now, in 6 months, person B is down 20 pounds, whereas person A is up 5 pounds. When you look at it like this, who's actually losing weight faster? You got it. Person B. So the goal isn't to just lose weight quickly. The goal is to lose weight in a sustainable way, knowing that for every pound you lose, that pound is going to stay off forever as opposed to gaining it back. Now, the second point is going to be talking about the best way to lose weight. And we just talked about you want to lose weight in a sustainable manner, not just a fast manner. Now, with that being said, you will hear a lot of stuff on the internet talking about what is the best way. Is it 1 meal a day? Is it keto? Is it fasting? Is it carnivore? And the truth is, and this is what most people don't tend to tell you, especially people who are pushing specific diets, the truth is it's going to depend on not only you as a person, but also your lifestyle. For example, let's say you're somebody who you really enjoy having breakfast with your kids and starting your day off with them. Well, then for you, fasting might not be the best strategy. Or for example, if you're somebody who you lift weights and you need carbohydrates to fuel your workouts, keto might not be the best thing for you. Maybe 1 meal a day worked for you when you were a single busy person in college, you were going to school, working full time, and you only had time to eat 1 meal a day, but now you work from home and you lose your mind if you eat 1 meal a day. So it's going to depend on you as the individual, but then also where your lifestyle is right now. And please be okay with understanding that can change. Just because something worked for you in the past, or just because something worked for you in the short term, doesn't mean that it is a long-term solution, and it doesn't mean you can't adjust and evolve. So many times in weight loss, people try to go back to what worked. You do keto because you saw you lost weight. But remember, if you have to keep going back to something, I don't think that really works, because again, the goal is to lose weight and keep it off, not just lose weight and gain weight and lose weight and gain weight. So I know you'll see and hear all this opinions and people's progress pictures and all this stuff about what they did, but remember, Your life isn't their life. You are trying to decide what is going to work best for you. And if you want my 2 cents, this is one of the reasons why I like counting your calories so much. Within counting your calories, you don't have to follow any specific thing. You're just making sure that you are in an overall calorie deficit, which, by the way, that's why any of these diets work, because you're in an overall calorie deficit. So when you're in that calorie deficit, you can adjust that to whatever you need. You could have 2 meals per day, 5 meals per day, low carb, high fat, high protein, whatever the case may be. The goal should be what works for you. And within that calorie counting, I think it gives you a lot of flexibility to find what works for you. And by the way, if you need to know how many calories you should be eating to lose fat, there will be a link in the description for a totally free calorie calculator. Now, point number 3, I want to talk about the reality of weight loss. And what I'm going to do is throw up a chart here on the screen. What this is going to be is, this is actually my personal daily weigh-ins when I lost 25 pounds over the course of 9 weeks. And you might be looking at this, and I want to point some things out to you. Do you notice how within this 25-pound weight loss, over the 9 weeks, there was a trend down, as you can see with the line. But within those 9 weeks, do you see there's little peaks and little valleys? This means during this 9 weeks, my weight spiked up multiple times throughout the course of this weight loss journey. But what happened every single time after the weight spiked up? It would go straight down. And again, these are daily, I weighed myself every single day. These are daily weigh-ins. So what I want to point out to you is sometimes weight loss is not always going to be linear. You're not just going to lose a pound per day, a half a pound per day, every single week over the course of weeks. There are going to be weeks where your weight spikes up and you, quote unquote, lose no weight. If you were to look at this chart, some of these weeks, if you took it in a 7-day span, I technically didn't lose any weight, or maybe only lost like half a pound. But the week after, my scale dropped down 3 to 4 pounds, and then over the course of 2 weeks, let's say, I lost 4 pounds. So many people only look at it over the course of a day or 1 week, when in reality, when you can pull back and look at it over the course of the entire journey, it's okay if you don't lose weight for 1 week or 2 weeks. It's okay if your weight spikes up, because as long as you stick with it, you are going to see that overall downward trend just like I did. So please stop freaking out when your weight spikes up or when it doesn't go down as fast as you want to. It's never going to go down if you quit. So you have to stop quitting, okay? And point number 4 that I want to talk about is weight gain after weight loss. And I'm going to be honest with you, I lied a little bit earlier in the video. Let me explain what I mean. When you are on a weight loss journey, yes, we want you to be able to lose weight in a sustainable way without the weight coming back. But what you need to understand is this. Let's say you're somebody who you have 50 pounds that you would like to lose. I, or you, don't want you to lose 50 pounds and then gain 50 pounds, and then lose 50 pounds and then gain 50 pounds. That's exhausting, and you don't like that. But what you need to understand is this. After your initial weight loss, let's say you do lose the 50 pounds. Number 1, you're not going to stay the exact same weight forever, because that's just not how your weight works. Your weight is going to fluctuate. Within a couple of pounds, 3 to 6 pounds, your weight is going to fluctuate between that. So understanding, even when you do get to this number, it's normal not to stay at that exact number. You have a maintenance range that you work within. But then, on top of that, you are going to, I'm running out of room, you are going to have periods of time where, ... you gain weight. And let me explain what I mean by this. For example, recently, I took a 3.5-week trip to Florida. During this time, I was eating out a lot more. I was enjoying some food with my friends, and it was a great time. But during that time, I gained, I'd probably say about 10 pounds-ish of body fat. And that was weight gain after weight loss. In point number 3, I told you about how I lost 25 pounds in 9 weeks. I maintained that range. I was within 3 to 5 pounds. I maintained that range for a good 8 months, but then I went on this trip to Florida, gained about 10 pounds of body fat, and that's where I'm sitting right now. But that is normal. You are going to have periods of times in your life where after you lose the initial weight, you get healthy, you drop the weight, you feel better, you're going to have periods of times where maybe you go on a vacation, maybe it's the holidays, maybe something happens, and your weight starts to like creep up a little bit. Let's say 5, 10, 15-ish pounds. But what's going to happen is, because you have better habits, because you lost weight in a sustainable way to begin with, you are going to say, all right, after about 10 to 15 pounds, you're going to say, all right, I know this is getting a little bit too much. Let me pull it back. Let me go back into weight loss mode for a little bit. It doesn't get out of control. You don't end up gaining 50 pounds back, but a 10 to 15 pound weight gain in some instances is going to be normal. But guess what? It's not a problem, because as long as you know how to lose the weight, it's not a problem if you gain 10 to 15 pounds on a holiday or vacation or when life is a bit crazy. After your initial weight loss, your weight loss is going to be linear. You're going to maintain that weight loss for a bit. You're going to have a bit more fun. You're going to go out to eat. You're going to go on vacation. And then you're going to say, okay, I had a little bit of fun. Let me rein it back in a little bit. You're going to maintain that for a bit. You're going to go on a trip. You're going to have some vacation. Life might just get crazy. You'll gain a bit, and then you'll say, okay, I had a bit too much fun. I've been a bit too lax. Okay, I'm going to dial my nutrition back in and my workouts and everything. And so you'll lose the weight. You'll maintain that for a bit, and so on and so forth. So just know, I know a lot of people are scared to lose the weight. Scared to gain the weight after they lose the weight. But within reason, I'm not saying you're going to go gain 50 pounds here, but within reason, this is going to be normal. So don't freak out. Don't beat yourself up. And remember, it's not a big deal, because you have better habits if you've lost weight in a sustainable way from the beginning, which is why I started the video that way. If you've lost weight in a sustainable way, you'll be able to recognize this, and then you'll be able to change it up a bit. You'll maintain, and this is how you will somewhat live your life. Okay? You are not failing if this happens. It is normal and a part of the process. I really hope this video helped, and if it did and you'd like some more help with your journey, we do offer one-on-one personalized online coaching. The link will be in the description of this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll chat next time.